So the indie scene. I've been trying to get into that more and more. I can't remember if I've referenced this in the video or not, but anyway, I've recommended a few comics in the past, or I think I have, or maybe just one or two. Anyway, I thought I'd recommend another one. This one is an indie comic called Kamen America. I had the first two volumes. Been gonna get at some point to get my hands on Soul Thunder, or I'm contemplating getting it. I've heard there's some bullshit with the author, but fuck. But I'm still not sure if I want to let that affect me buying. But anyway, it's basically a superhero comic about a woman, and I like it. It's weirdly entertaining. So far, my favorite one is the Russian chick. There's a cast to it, but my favorite one is the one they introduced at the end of the first volume. I think her name is Misha. I actually find her kind of funny. I think there's a future comic issue where she's telling someone about Bad House, and she says this while smoking. She's talking to someone about Bad Habits that are not good for you, and she's smoking. It's funny, the lack of self-awareness is really funny. That's probably why she's my favorite character. It's just she says edgy stuff, and I love it. There's also the fact of, I like the personality. She gives, then she's kind of hot, but there's the hotness and the personality I find kind of attractive anyway. And it feels like there's this grander narrative. For me, the main takeaway is it's not woke. It's just more or less, it's not preachy. It's not trying to deliver a message, to borrow from The Critical Drinker. And it's just entertaining. Or if there's a message, it's flying over my head like an Engineero. But anyway. There is some humor to it, but I can't really comment on that because, me and humor don't always mix well. Or at the very least, it's a brand of humor that doesn't click with me. But I do find it tolerable. So, good comic. If you haven't tried it out yet, I would recommend it. Downside is the price. The price. Holy hell, do those issues cost a lot. I've burned through a lot of Christmas and birthday money buying those things. And I was just buying 2 volumes. Motherfucker, that's a lot of money. I didn't expect to be paying that much till I went on a date with someone. Thankfully, I don't date. But yeah, there's, if I had to describe the art style, it's take Western comics or American comics, not to confuse American with Bond S&A comics, but think American-style comics mixed with manga. That's the kind of the best way I would describe it. I think that's as much as I can really commentate on it. It's a fun read. It took a while for me to get into it, with the 2 volumes I've gotten. And the volumes are short. They're not that long. They're maybe 50 pages at best. Although, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. That's me going off of memory. I'd actually have to pull a comic out to get the actual page number. But there also seems to be this conspiracy going on in the background with someone trying to actually cause events that are rigged for heroes to look good. I don't know, and there is kind of an anti-SJW message in it. Actually, the anti-SJW message is actually kind of depressing. It almost made me feel sad for SJWs. Keyword, almost. But that is where I will end it. That's all I can really say about the comic. And the anti-SJW message is the most that made me sad was actually in the second volume, so the first one's not as bad. Now they're as bad, actually. It's just an awesome comic. It actually gives us women who don't look like the cliche lesbos. And for the record, I don't think any of the characters are lesbians, if that turns you off, but yeah, awesome comic. I think it's awesome anyway. Your mileage will probably vary from mine on this, but I would recommend giving it a shot. Anyway, have a nice day. Goodbye.